asked me about some rural development programs. I started looking at them. I could not imagine that there would be so many different programs that were so applicable in the areas, in the counties that I represent. So rural counties, some of the urban areas. We've got a couple of other things, and Glenn was talking about pulling together a couple of organizations and then pooling grants from different areas. There's some very important things that are happening that would coordinate with Glenda's work. Just for example, on community water systems. Big issue in California now because of the drought, and communities are running out of water. We've got a couple of them, yes, Glenn County. Problem in Glenn County with some of the water supplies in some of the communities in Glenn County. Well, USDA has programs for community water systems, and EPA does, and California, by a vote of some 60%, voted for $7.5 billion for the water bond in last November's election. A piece of that water bond is specifically for community water systems. And so those of you that are thinking about, okay, I can pull together a little of this and go to EPA and get rural development from agriculture, and then the Bond Act is out there, and voila, we can make it happen. So you got to think broadly about where you may fit into the matrix of various programs that exist. Now, we don't have time to go through every federal agency, but I wanted Glenda, because I think her agency covers more of the kinds of issues that we would find in this area. But you met the people that were up here, EPA, the HUD, Housing and Urban Development. I'm going to forget it, but you saw all those people. Each one of those programs, federal programs, they exist, and they have a program that you might be interested in. There's also what we call the non-government organization, the NGO organizations. And there are several in this area. Many of the counties, and probably you already know this, have their own county foundation. So, there's a county foundation, and many of the counties have it. Local money being raised for local projects. Wonderful. And then you have programs that are multi-county, such as Sierra Health, which I will introduce in just a moment. And then you have the big national foundations that are also out there. All of these are targets that you should consider. As you look for grants, the big national foundations, you may think that they're not going to be interested in your problem. But the reality is they may very well be interested in their problem. And most every foundation has a targeted set of issues that they want to deal with. And I think many of you already know this. So you want to my family came to California to mine gold, not in this area, but now in Calaveras County. And they really missed the most important message about gold mining. You got to go where the gold is. So, they worked at it, and the same for you. If you're in, you like that, do you? You can use it. It's a long and sad story, actually. But if you're in the housing issue, you may not want to go over and talk about building a underground aquifer replenishment system. You may want to go talk to housing and urban development. So be targeted. Find out, know what you're looking at, know the general areas that you're interested in, and then go through the list of potential foundations, both public and private, non-government organizations, and look at their target and focus, go with the goal of this. Right, Chet? I'm going to introduce you. Chet actually introduced himself a moment ago, but he didn't go through all of it. 25 years of experience in public and nonprofit sectors. Was the Associate Director of the Rockefeller Foundation. I just mentioned a national foundation, international actually. Associate Director of the Rockefeller Foundation and Director of Alameda County Social Service Agency. Served as the President of Sierra Foundation since 2007. You put some rubber on the road, didn't you? Anyway, Chad, a foundation that's awarded millions of dollars in grant funding to local nonprofits and agencies right here in this area, the Yugoslav region. Chet, thank you so very much. Thank you for the work you've done in this area.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm extra excited to be